What's up guys? So on this video what we're going to be doing is installing a snorkel that has no template. The snorkel that we're going to be installing is an ARB snorkel. We previously had it on this FJ, but it just got in a wreck not too long ago. Everything was replaced brand new, so you're seeing some of the original parts that are on there, for example the hose. But what we're going to be basically doing is getting the snorkel, which was not damaged in an accident, and trying to place it back on the fender without the template. We do have that original mount that was on the pillar, so that's going to help us help align this as much as possible. But let's go. So the first step is we're just going to go ahead and take the snorkel and just eyeball and lay it in place. We're aligning it with the pillar bracket. That's going to help us at least get that part mounted, and then we're using basically blue tape to kind of get a gist and the idea of where it's going to be sitting. Again, it really does not matter after we're drilling this, because we're not going to save the fender anyway. So we're going to just go ahead and mark and tape this as we wish. As long as it's going to help us get the job done, that's the main part. We wish we saved the template, but we didn't. So this is how we're going to compromise and get it done. So what we're doing next is just we're going to take a permanent marker and just mark the hole here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of you guys are wondering why we're using a permanent marker and permanently marking the fender, but it really doesn't matter, because either way, when you remove the snorkel, you're not going to keep the same fender. There's going to be a hole here. So we're just doing our best to not only mark the holes, we're going to go ahead and mark the little screw areas for the bolts to go in. So after lining everything up, we're noticing that the snorkel was positioned a little bit lower than what we want it to be at. So we're going to increase it by about an inch, and that's going to help so that it's not cutting right on the bottom of the fender. And I think that's going to overall give us a better cut. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to use our hole saw. We're going to use a 3 3/4 circle saw. So now that the main hole is drilled, what we're going to do is stick the snorkel in there. There's going to be screws on back of this snorkel, so that's going to help us guide on where these screws are going to be at. We'll mark those briefly so that we can drill a tiny hole and then use a bolt to screw it all in. This is currently how it's sitting. You guys can see this tiny gap that's there, but the screw is hitting the fender, so again, that gives us a nice area so that we can mark it off. Now we already have our vertical lines in place. What we're going to mark here is just going to be the horizontal lines where we're actually going to be drilling. We're going to go ahead and add some Loctite. Okay, we've got all the holes drilled. Everything fits nice and snug. And what we're going to be doing next is just screwing everything in. We're just going to use a pre-existing snorkel bracket and just bolt it down. We're good to go. We'll also re-tighten the bolts on the bottom. We'll refit the rubber hose along with the clamps. We'll make sure that everything is nice and tight. We'll reinstall the filter box. So voila guys, we are done. This is how you install the snorkel without a template. I wish somebody had a template available. It would make this job easier, but it does show that we are able to get this installed even without the template. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on that next video.